So real quick for the people that don't want to watch the whole video, if you have a brown haze to your lawn, look at your grass blades and see if you have lesions or spots on the blade of grass itself. They'll be tan on the outside and black on the inside, or you'll have blades of grass completely turning brown. This is called leaf spot, and when the grass blade is completely brown, that means it has progressed into melting out. Melting out is a lot harder to fix than leaf spot, so try to catch it early. And if you can, throw down a product called Disease X by Scott's. The brand name of that is Heritage G, except Scott's Disease X is way cheaper. Propiconazole will not fix this disease. You have to lay down Scott's Disease X and lay it down heavy, about 3 to 4 pounds per thousand, in order to fix this disease. And just know, it's not gonna happen overnight. This disease will take 4 to 5 weeks to fully make its cycle and grow out, depending on how far progressed it is. So try to watch it, catch it early. We've had a lot of rain this year, so just throw down a fungicide. All right, let's get to the video. Now, up here in Michigan, we've had rain almost every single day so far this year. It's been a challenge just to get out and mow. Though, unfortunately, no matter if you throw down fungicide or not, weather like we've had this year is extremely difficult to fight against. It has been nonstop rain and moisture. Even when you throw a fungicide down, you are up against a wall for that much rain. Not only is it raining all day, it's also raining at night, which means the grass can't dry out. So that water just sits on the grass blade all night long and creates this fungus over time. Most people only think that fungus can happen during periods of wet, humid weather, and that's not true. It can also happen during very cool weather while also being damp. And unfortunately, that's what we've had this year. The disease that comes out when it's cool and damp is called leaf spot. Leaf spot, if not caught early enough, will lead into melting out disease. Melting out is when the whole leaf blade itself is starting to lose color. It'll typically start from the top and work its way down, but I've also seen it start in the middle and work its way out. It looks like the leaf blade itself is getting bleached. That's what melting out looks like. And unfortunately, with the pressure that we've had this year from disease, even though I laid down a preventative, I still got melting out. The color differences right here, a little bit more blue-green, a little bit more blue-green right there. I have patches everywhere that are perfectly healthy. And there's a ton of them right here, actually. I don't know if you're able to see this on camera or not. But there's a bunch right there, right there, right there, there. It's everywhere. But I don't know what grass type this is because this was here when I got here. To me, this is one of these patches. It looks like a cross. So you can see the grass just has an ever so slightly brown tint or tinge to it. You especially can see it right up in this area here. All right, I tried to find some shade here so you can see what this actually looks like in real light. This right here is melting out. You can see, if you look really close, the grass is starting to turn tan instead of brown. You can see it, it's on the tips. Now, when your grass is overgrown, it looks fantastic because the grass around this has grown up and covered that brown spot, so you can't see it. But then when you mow and all of a sudden you start seeing brown, that's a key indicator that you have melting out disease. Now, It could also mean that you're mowing too short. So first check to make sure that you're mowing at a proper height, 3.5 to 4 inches, depending on your grass type. But if your mowing height is where it should be and you still see brown after you mow, that could be melting out. So if we look, we can actually see some healthy green grass blades in here, but then also some that just looks like straw. And this is where the melting out has just eaten away that whole entire leaf blade, and it's just gone. There's nothing you can do about this at this point. It has to grow out. And hopefully your grass blade will grow out. Now my grass has started to heal itself pretty well, I would say, from what it was. Again, I laid down Scott's Disease X at about 3.5 or so pounds per thousand, and then watered it in. Very, very important to water it in. And then also followed with an application of propiconazole on top of that to make sure I get double coverage. Now, as I mentioned, this is not going to be an overnight fix. This is a long time that your grass is going to take to grow out of this. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We have to deal with the weather that we have, and unfortunately this year, this is what we've got. So the only thing you can do now is throw down your fungicides and hope that your lawn can catch back up and recover before the very heat of the summer comes about mid-July. So we have a little bit of sun in the shot here, but apart from the disease, we have a pretty decent lawn this year. We have a little bit of sun that's going to be washing out the color of the lawn, but apart from the disease, this actually looks super good. It's nice and dark. It's pretty decently even. I would like it if it were a little bit more even, but unfortunately, the area that I live in, with northern cool season grasses, we have mixes of KBG, rye, and fescue, so there's only so much color that you're gonna get. But overall, we look really good.